Hi all, today we will try to learn about the dynamic pivot table. So what is the required of this? We understand that what is the dynamic pivot table. We'll see that static and dynamic table, what is the difference between them and why it is required to learn in the blue prism side as well. So we'll see that one and what are the formula we will use for that to make the pivot table as a dynamic. So we will try to understand that offset formula and quantity formula. Okay, so very initial stage we need to understand that why it is required that one. So let's suppose as general we know that if we require the pivot table, then we need to select all the data. Very initial stage, go to insert and pivot table. So let's consider that I am using this set as well to reflect so that we can understand exactly how it will be work. So let's suppose here we have added the name and total sum, number of sum. So it is reflecting. Let's suppose if any name has been added here, right? So let's suppose I have taken the one name and the marks is that like that, and let's suppose total for this one I'm doing. Okay, some using some formula we can evaluate this one. Okay, so this is we have added on the last row, right? Exactly. So if we go in the pivot table and refresh this one, it will not reflect here. See, so this is the static pivot table. So what happened in the blue prism side when you try to understand when the some number of row is increased, right? Then when you refresh this on the pivot table, the data will be not reflected here as we are expecting. So we are what we are expecting here. We are expecting this names the last row which has been added. So it should be reflect here, right? So how it will do that? So because of that, this is the static pivot table. So why then it is the problem, right? So we required to make the dynamic pivot table. So how we can do that? So for that we can understand using the dynamic pivot table. Okay, so let's start here. I am opening the file that one, right? So here we will try to understand what are the formula we are using. So this make as a dynamic. So the let's suppose this is the same data I have picked here, right? And so before using the formula directly, we will go for the means understand, try to understand what are the formula we will use here. So the basic formula is offset and the second formula is a count a, right? So count a, let's example that if equal to count a, right? If you type here tab and if you select any column, right? So what it will be give you, it will be give you the total number of row till the data is available, right? So this is the count a formula. So it will not count as a blank row. So let's suppose if we consider we can delete the row number 9, then it will be count only 11. So hope you understand means why it is count a is required. Okay, then here the offset formula is required. So let's go for the formula offset here. The reference means we need to pass this a1. Okay, a1, correct. Then we need to pass as a row as a 0, column as a 0. Then after we required as a count a. Okay, so it gives as a whole value. So we'll select here count a. Okay, then after we close this one, and width means where we need to in the horizontal side how many row we required, right? So the count a here we can calculate, and here we need to select the row number a. So it will be take the header names, right? Till that header is available it will be pick here. So this is the formula which we use right now. So maybe we can fix this one always. So for fix this one we need to press as a function key and F4. So this is always fixed. So similar way we will do that for the count a, because this will not change any time, right? So the very initial stage we required to do that. Now if we click here okay means enter, hit enter, then it will show as a value as a na right now. So let's suppose this is the formula our, so we will copy this formula. Okay, then after what we will do that sorry, not equal to. Okay, then press escape. Then after you need to select this one all, then go to insert pivot table, then create a pivot table here. an existing pivot table, let's suppose we are creating here. Okay, then we select the same thing. Okay, so now if you go here and the data source here it is, right? So if you go the formula here and create a file manager here, right? File manager, name manager is there. So if you click here, okay, and let's suppose we choose here the name of the maybe the dynamic pivot table, dynamic pivot, okay, pivot table. Okay, and the formula will be this one, whatever we copy that formula. Okay, close. Now whatever the reference it is there, right? Reference, so change the source reference here. What I need to do, we need to write the same thing, the table name, dynamic pivot table, correct? Click OK. Now we can match one more time whether we have uh, done the correct way or not. So if you can edit here, you can, maybe you can copy directly from here as well. Okay, close. Analyzer, change source data. Okay, yeah, it is same. Now if you can refresh, it will be automatically added. So let's suppose here you have added one name. Okay, and number should be you have taken random as of now, and let's suppose sum is okay. Let me add one formula here as well. So add 3 row and hit enter. So now if you refresh here, it will become automatically here. You can see this one, we have added this one, correct? So in the blue prism side, what we require that in case when we are using the offset formula, right? So at the time we require to create that template and we need to use that template directly. So that let's suppose if you add any other name, let's suppose uh, okay, so one more name, we can check that one whether it is working or not. Okay, so some formula it is there, so it will automatically take. So we have added 2 row here, right? So the last row we have added the different one, so let's consider this one as a, yeah. So now we can refresh here. So if you see here, this is the reflecting here. So hope you understand why we are required and why we are doing this one, right? Because of that we need to, in case the row is increasing the table, right? So it will be reflect that automatically. If we use the static pivot table, it will not work, and it will work but it will not give as expected data what we required. So why it is required, it is, that's why we are going through this dynamic pivot table always. Hope you understand. Thank you for watching this video. Will help to understand the how we'll see that in the next video how we can incorporate with the blue prism this all the things. Thank you for watching this video.